Hi, my name is Andrew English, and I am the owner and trainer here at Evolution Fitness. Happy to be here today with Pete and Dave from the Proactive Athlete, talking about hamstring injuries and rehabilitation. I think the hamstring injury is one of the hardest injuries to come back from as an explosive athlete, and definitely requires progressions. Ideally, with the athletes that I train, the goal is to get them back sprinting and jumping explosively. And what I've found over the years is that of all the exercise that we can do in the gym, nothing can really prepare us for an active moment where we need to use that hamstring at 100% explosiveness and reactivity. So today I'm going to go through a few different progressions and some of the drills that I like to use that will help you get back into the game and bridge that gap between rehab and explosive movement. All right. So when we do sprint warm-ups or warming up to do something very explosive on the field, often you see track athletes and running athletes, football players, every athlete that requires running will go through a series of high knees and heel kicks and those kinds of things. Most track athletes will know these drills as A's and B's. It's very important to understand at what part of your stride do we need the quad and what part do we need the hamstring. And that's going to help us really focus when we are actually working on our hamstring recovery. So when we think about the stride, we think of the A component of the movement is a quad dominant movement, which is a high knee movement or a march. We've always done a million of those, but that's working on the quad dominant part, right? Now, the second phase of your stride, which is hamstring dominant, is what we practice when we're doing our B skips, okay? So as that knee is finished, the A component, it's the backward driving extension and driving back into the ground that we really activate the hamstring. So I'm gonna go through a B skip, and going through the mechanics of those, we can start easy with just a march. So we go up, extend, and snap back. Up, extend, and snap back. So as you see, I'm just marching that out, keeping that posture nice and tall. Knee extends, okay? You might feel that hamstring bite a little bit on that extended extension. And as we drive back into the ground, working on hitting underneath our hips. And as I go back down, I really want to tighten my glute and stay straight on that leg and give it all the force on that one leg and all the balance on that one leg, holding that position. So as we get into that movement, extend, snap back, extend, and snap back. We can do that with a bit of a skip. We call it a B skip. A little bit more dynamic, staying on the balls of my feet. As I extend, I snap back, skip. All right, so there's a B skip. The next progression would be more like a jumping movement or a skipping bound, okay? Although this can be a little bit more quad dominant, this is gonna allow us to feel comfortable actually jumping and exploding off that hamstring. So just in a nice, easy skipping bound, extending just like this, okay? That extension in that back leg, as we push off, we should be able to feel that hamstring working to explode off. Now, the third progression from that movement is doing a straight leg bound, which I'm taking all that force and balancing on one leg, taking the quad out of the movement and really relying on the single leg hamstring for the jumping, bounding movement. So I can start off with a simple movement like this. As that leg is staying straight, it's hitting behind and underneath my hips. I'm putting all that force on that one leg and powering off it. So I'm going to just open that up just a little bit. Okay, as I can do that, I feel that all that force is getting put into that back leg and driving underneath my hip. Now, the last progression on that is to progress into a straight leg bound with the leg cycle. So it's almost combining a bound with a B skip. So the coordination on this one is fairly tough. We're going to stay completely on one side, and then when we come back, we'll go the other leg. So cycle, cycle, cycle. All right? And then the last progression would be bounding into a sprint. Okay, so if we're out on a field, we can open up this bound. When we start feeling like we hit top speed on the bound, we're going to open up into a sprinting motion, trying to do it seamlessly. Okay, thanks. I hope you liked that progression of exercises. It definitely is a progression. And anywhere along the way, if you aren't quite feeling that you're ready to get back into a full game speed or game tempo, it's always dialing it back to the previous level until you find that confidence. That's one of the hardest things, is just getting that confidence back. And I hope these exercises are a way of allowing you to bring it back to full tempo and game speed. Thanks.